Hello Internet! Shouth is here, and it's time for Arena Time here on ShoutStone. We are following Totalbiscuit's run through the arena with his priest deck here in Season 4. So without any further ado, let's get into the action right now. It is Anduin versus Valeera. Totalbiscuit playing the part of Anduin the priest, Shazam playing the part of Valeera the rogue. Now, as you can tell, the game started a little bit ahead of where we normally would start it. We didn't get the actual intro part, but that just happened to be where the footage picked up from as for this game. So, not my fault, but it's okay, because things are looking pretty good. Anyway, so yeah, Totalbiscuit, last match did not fare too well. Suffered a pretty significant loss. I believe it was against a Warlock deck, I want to say. I don't remember exactly. But as of right now, looking to make a swift recovery against this rogue deck, Valeera. Not a deck you see very often. I haven't cast very many rogue games at all here. Alright, so one quick swipe to that pint-sized summoner. And I think already by now it's paid for itself. It got a cheap minion out there. It's done 4 points of damage to the hero. And if Valeera chooses to take it out with the dagger again, that makes it 6 points, which is more than enough. Like, well over what it's worth. So, a pretty good move there. Fan of Knives will get rid of it. And that Panther hanging by a thread, but still in stealth. Can't take it out. No, can't do it. Not an option. But it could be healed up at this point. A lot of inner fire is available for Totalbiscuit right now. But that's it. He's just going to attack in, give it the old heal up, and move on to the next. So, let's just say, when he's ready to cast inner fire, he's got it on lock. I mean, that is ready to go. In a more realistic perspective, that's a pretty terrible position to be in, where 3 of your cards are occupied by Inner Fire. Now, Inner Fire is a fantastic spell, but not now. Not at this point in the game, and not when you have nothing to cast it on. Options are better. So, alright, good play there. The rogue player does take it out. Already in a pretty dangerous position, though. I mean, I talk a lot about using your health as a resource, and that's fine, you know, by all means, but you gotta be careful with it too. Alright, Ancient Brewmaster coming into play. A pint-sized summoner out for the rogue player. So, Shazam should be able to get out a cheap minion here. But it's starting to look a little bit dangerous. Alright, Fen Creeper out. So at least there'll be that bit of taunt in place. As far as options to take it out, nothing really yet. And Shazam just going to bypass the minion and start attacking in. Well, at this point, could play that Shattered Sun Cleric on the Brewmaster and take out the Fen Creeper without dealing too much in the way of damage. So that might be a pretty wise move. At least get that minion out of the way. There's really no other option at this point. So a little bit of clever play there. What he did is used Inner Fire on his opponent's minion, and then took it out with Shadow Word Death. Now that's a strategy that you don't see very often. Not that specific strategy, but that concept. You don't see that very often. The concept of using your buff abilities on your opponent. And in a case like that, something like Shadow Word Death can only kill a minion that is at 5 or more attack. And he didn't want to, you know, waste his minion's damage on it, because he wanted to clear everything on the field. So with that play, he gave it Inner Fire, because he had 3 of them, and he wasn't going to use all of them. So he gave it Inner Fire. That buffed it up to 6 damage, which was sufficient for Shadow Word Death. And then came right back in and took it out. So a little bit of Assassin's Blade kill there. Does manage to clear the field once again. Gonna play that Fen Creeper. Could have interfired it. But he's not going... He passed on that. Didn't decide to do that. Bloodsail Raider going to come out and get a nice bit of attack boost. But I don't know if the rogue player has much other options. She's just kind of staring at... Yeah, I don't really know what the options are in the hand right now. I'm assuming that it's kind of a careful balance here. I'm going to play that Amani Berserker. In preparation. So what kind of spell are we going to get? Hopefully it's something good. To blow... Oh. I think maybe prep was a bad idea. Or at least not exactly what the player was hoping to do. And apparently not. So that was error in judgment, and Shazam decided to concede, which is enough to give Totalbiscuit the victory. Sometimes your best resource is your opponent's own mistakes. And that happens sometimes. Well, Totalbiscuit took advantage of it, and or just per chance, and happens to walk away with a win. So he goes up to 2-1 in this arena run in Game 3. And will continue to roll forward as he tries to make his way to Grandmaster in this arena run. So we'll have to see if he gets that lucky. But after that game, so far, so good. But that's going to do it for this episode of ShoutStone. We'll be back on Friday with the next episode of Arena Time. Tomorrow, we'll be bringing you another game from probably Trump, because that's what it usually is. And don't forget that our Starter Deck series has begun. Check out those videos, comment on them if you want to see specific classes earlier than others. And that's it. So thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to find me on Facebook and Twitter, links in the description. Subscribe for daily updates, like, comment, favorite, and I'll see you all next time.